drops the sanctions, and then he says, we'd like to negotiate now. We're not dealing with the United States. They don't want to deal with us. And China, the same thing. They never treated us that way, right? You saw what happened a few days ago. It was terrible. And the border's not good. The border is the worst anybody's ever seen it. And what you see now, multiply it times 10, Jim. You would know how to handle it. He's the only one I know that might handle the border tougher than me. We did get 75 million votes. Nobody's ever gotten that. They said, get 66 million votes, sir, and the election's over. Well, I got 75 million, and they said, but you know, you saw what happened. 10:30 in the evening, all of a sudden they said, that's a strange thing. Why are they closing up certain places, right? Yeah, a lot of things happening right now. I just wanted to say it's an honor to be here. It's an honor to have you at Mar-a-Lago. You are a great and beautiful couple.
Imagine a person crashing your wedding to go on a rant all about himself. Like, Trump is the guy who, if you go to him because you're going through something in life, right? Like you need a friend, you need someone you can talk to, a shoulder to lean on. Trump is the guy who within 3 minutes, if that, will immediately turn it around and talk about himself and turn it into a situation that should be about him, right? Like he's that guy. He's the guy you avoid when you want a shoulder to lean on because he's like unable to, he's at someone else's wedding that he crashed. And look, I get it. He's a former president. These people are doing their wedding reception at Mar-a-Lago. My guess is they're probably not people who have the same feelings toward Trump as we do. But even so, I mean, if my best friend went up on the floor to give a speech during my wedding and just ranted about issues that only affect her, I'd be like, come on, girl, what are you doing?
Till death do us part, Anthony, seriously. You better take care of my girl. Because if you don't, I know where you live. Just kidding. I'm not gonna be racist, you guys. I'm just saying, okay? I'm gonna be racist, okay? No, just kidding. Of course, you guys are gonna get the like interracial couples. Oh my God. No, seriously. You guys are outstepping the stereotype and I love it. Oh my God. But you guys, I swear, I love Black people because you guys are the best. Like, my own daughter's great aunt is like the best woman, and so is just like, I swear to you. And you guys are amazing. I love you. I love you guys. Bless you. And I love you.
Okay, so the real hero definitely clapped her off. I just, and unfortunately, a lot of white people will do this very often. So it's not something that I'm not used to. It just never gets any easier to stomach. These people who are just incredibly, they're really trying to do this whole I'm down thing, and they bring up race when it totally has no purpose or point. Like, what about that wedding speech was honoring the bride and groom and their union? What, saying that you aren't being the stereotype of an interracial couple? What the, John?
I think she wanted to really contrast how much they're not a stereotype by her living out some really bad stereotypes live on video, maybe.
The groom said this earlier in the wedding day. Anything you want to say to your future bride?
I hope we have a lot of sex. A lot.
I should have known his vows were gonna go like this.
You're screwed. Only 2 things are required to keep me happy: keep my belly full and my balls empty. Though you're amazing at half of it, we really need to get you some cooking lessons. Even when my belly isn't full, there is no one I could ever love more in this lifetime, unless I actually get a chance to meet Margot Robbie. Since the beginning, I always told you I was going to make you the happiest woman in the world and give you everything I could possibly give. Well, today I'm taking a step further and giving you my last name, the last name of champions. No one deserves it more. With you and the girls by my side, I feel like I can conquer anything. Y'all make life worth living, giving every breath of every day a purpose. Life gets even better when the kids fall asleep and you tell me to come to the bedroom. Nothing's better than the sound of gagging and headboard slamming.
Michael.
Everyone keeps telling me that marriage is going to ruin a lot of things, but I feel that's only if you let it. Even if we fight, argue, or don't see eye to eye on something, it'll never affect the way I love you. Marriage is something I take seriously and I only want to do once. After almost 10 years, I still stand by the fact that you're my soulmate and it'll never change. After today, the only thing changing is me having to deal with the ring on my finger. You will forever have my heart, and that's a promise till death do we part. P.S. Since you're so good at making decisions like marrying me, you can choose whether tonight's going to end with being a toaster strudel or a Twinkie.
Alrighty. I'm speechless. You're so Being that I am his mom, I will deal with him later. He is grounded, by all means.
Look, she says on a couple of occasions, including the video she did after their wedding, after this became a big brouhaha, that she's grateful that he picked her, and that people won't understand why she's so lucky to have him. But there's two possibilities there. One is he's hoodwinked her, and she thinks all these things about herself and how she's lucky to have him, when it ain't the case at all, right? But there's also a possibility that there's tons of things we don't know. We don't know about the relationship.
No, we know everything.
That's my point. No, guys, like everybody's now saying, oh, it's a toxic relationship. You got to get out of it. It's terrible, blah, blah, blah.
No.
You don't know.
You don't know. Get off their balls. Like, oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to, no pun. But seriously, like we don't know anything about their dynamic, their relationship. They might have a wonderful relationship. If the vows make her happy and she has a good sense of humor about it, great. And it seems like she does. She defended him later. Look, in the grand scheme of things, I don't care, right? I don't care at all, and we shouldn't pass judgment. I just wish he didn't mention the thing about.
Not only that, I watched the whole thing. He later talked about whether the headboard was banging. Okay, it's uncomfortable, okay. And then he said, or whether you hear the sound of gagging. Like, no.
Yeah, it was too much. By the way, I like to keep it a little naughty, right? It's okay, a little naughty is okay. But it was too much, like the gagging and the balls and like it, come on.